Warrior is not a fun class to queue into because I think both matchups are pretty bad. Probably do keep Finja, especially on the coin. Might just full keep this hand. Yep, seems good. It's kind of weird keeping the Rockpool Hunter with like no 1-drop Murloc or no other Murloc to go with it at all. But I think even if you don't land the buff, a 2-3 Murloc is still the best 2-drop in this deck. And we're holding on to the coin here because Finja OP. We want to play that guy on turn 4. This guy has that super special card back. I don't recognize his name though. Is he famous? Let's go ahead and get rid of that weapon. Lets me put a lot of things on the board to get patches out of the deck before I draw it. If I played the Rockpool Hunter, it just died to the War Axe anyway. And with this line of play, sometimes the Rockpool Hunter buff lands on something. Oh. Well, that sucks for him, huh? I have coins, so there's no Brawl this turn. I think I'm still going to tap, though. Yeah, we'll just play this guy and go face. I was thinking, well, I don't really need the coin anymore, so I can coin this guy out and then just play Sea Devil Stinger Finja next turn. But, like, this guy doesn't really do anything in particular here, so we'll just not do that. I'm not sure if I actually want to play Finja here, because this is going into the Brawl turn. But if I don't play Finja, does he have to Brawl? There is a Sea Giant on the board, he probably does have to Brawl. Let's actually just tap here. This is a little bit questionable, I'll admit. I could send like all my shitters into this and then get 8 face damage. That leaves me worse off against Sleep with the Fishes, Ravaging Ghoul, Whirlwind. But it does give me 4 more damage. And that doesn't even really fully deal with the Sea Giant, it costs a lot of mana. Let's trade in the shitters. Eight face damage, OP. And the thing is, like, this is 6 minions for a Brawl, but if he Brawls this, then I just have, like, more shit I can play next turn, so I think it's fine. Alright, Sleep with the Fishes kills a bunch of shitters. We still have Sea Giant. Unfortunately, Sea Giant doesn't get through that and stay alive. War Leader does let me bust through without trading off the Sea Giant. I think he would have played Brawl there if he had it. Maybe not, though. If he didn't have a Sleep with the Fishes comboer. Let's just do this. It lets me trade this guy in here. And I get to push 10. Or 11, actually. I think that was the most efficient way to bust through his taunt there. Even if he has a board clear here, then next turn I just go Sea Devil Stinger, Finja, Coin, Cold Light Seer, and like deal with that board, huh? And obviously if he Brawls here and Sea Giant lives, he just dies. If War Leader lives, that's still really bad for him. I can put him to 1. Okay. Yeah. Dirty Rat into Sea Giant, OP. Hopefully this is Quest Rogue. Quest Rogue should be pretty easy. I think. Do I want to keep Bluegill Warrior for turn 2? I'd rather have Tidehunter, rather have Rockpool Hunter, probably rather have some pair of 1-drops. Let's toss the Bluegill. The Bluegill also doesn't really, like, kill anything specifically in this matchup, assuming he's Quest Rogue. I guess that's also true against Miracle Rogue. So, do I play the Bilefin Tidehunter or the Murloc Tidehunter? The taunt would help protect my Tidecaller from, like, a charger and a weapon, but he'd have to use the coin for that. Okay, he's not Quest Rogue, actually, because turn 1 he didn't play the quest. So I really don't see, like, much reason to get a taunt this turn. Plus putting an extra Murloc on the board makes it that much more likely that Primal Fin Lookout is active next turn, and it pushes extra damage with the Tide Caller. Prep Fan. Alright. Oh, he drew Patches. Feels bad, man. So even if I had played the Bilefin there, I guess I would have had a 2-1 left on the board instead of a 1-1. Probably not that much of a difference. So we take Sea Devil Stinger here every time. And then next turn is Sea Devil Stinger Finja. We follow that up with Murloc War Leader. And if he has a minion on the board, okay, well, sometimes Questing Adventurer is too big to kill. So this could actually still be kind of bad for me. I think this is still the play, though. And we just hope I don't die here. I don't think I could actually die here, but damn, Questing Adventurer can be dumb sometimes. I wonder if he ever trades. Okay. I was gonna say, I wonder if he ever just trades Questing into the Sea Devil Stinger so I don't have anything to kill with Finja. Alright, so he's killing the Sea Devil Stinger. I can still kill the Swashbuckler, but the Questing Adventurer is an issue. I mean, sometimes I get Bluegill and Murloc War Leader here, right? Well, the War Leader is still good. I think I just make a board here. This is a ton of stats. I'm actually kinda weak, given that he has a Questing on the board. But I do have the Taunt. He doesn't have that many cards in his hand, and he doesn't have that much mana to work with. Even if he can kill the Taunt and one of the War Leaders, I still have a pretty disgusting board. So I think I'm pretty happy with my position right now. That's a really bad Warlock card. Alright, sap the Taunt. I'll just wait and see how much power this leaves me with. 17. It's really annoying that he got the buff on the Questing. So just to double check, this is 10 with these two, 17. Can I tap into lethal here? I have 6 mana, so Megasaur is usually lethal. Bluegill Warriors are lethal. That's actually it. So tapping into lethal is pretty unlikely. I probably still want to tap this turn anyway, because I can deal with the Questing. Rockpool Hunter is 1 off. But that's fine. We'll get some more Murlocs here. So I believe I'm still 1 off because I traded 4 damage and got 4 more. Let's just protect the War Leader, trade this off, and go face. I could have played the buff on the Bluegill Warrior, but then I wouldn't have been able to buff the War Leader, and I think just keeping the War Leader healthy is the most important thing at this point. So, Prep, Eviscerate, Prep, Fan? Okay, this could be... yeah, he didn't really have mana for anything there. So Mage does tend to have a lot of clears. That's not great for me. Let's see, do I want to keep Bluegill Warrior? I'm going second, I'm worried about a turn 1 Mana Worm. I could normally like coin this into this, but turn 1 Mana Worm actually just clears a Tidehunter. And then what? I want to use a Bluegill Warrior to clean up after that? Well, I think Primal Fin Lookout is never a keep. Let's actually just toss these Murlocs. Maybe we keep Tidehunter. If he doesn't have exactly Mana Worm, coin Tidehunter's pretty good. We'll keep Tidehunter. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's like, if he doesn't have exactly Mana Worm, it's good. But Mana Worm is exactly the card he wants to have. So, the chances that he has it are pretty high. Looks like he doesn't, though. We coin this guy out instead of this guy, because this guy is 2 Murlocs, this guy's only 1. Okay. The Rockpool Hunter lets me trade into that pretty cleanly. So we'll do that so we can keep board since we are a Murloc deck. My hand is a little bit heavy, but Megasaurs are definitely good cards, so I guess it's not that bad to draw those. Now that card, on the other hand, is pretty bad to draw. Wonder if I just play it here. Pretty good to play it into a mirror entity. But how often is Secret Mage playing nothing on turn 1, Arcanologist on 2, and Secret on turn 3? If I play these two guys, which is the only non-tap play, I get wrecked by Volcanic Potion. I guess this guy survives. But like, what's the alternative? Tap and just patches here? That seems too weak, so we'll just play things. Play things and hope he doesn't have Volcanic Potion. They don't even always play Volcanic Potion. Although I think it is becoming a little bit more common. Alright, this is good for me. Megasaur and 3 targets on curve. Turn 5. I had coin, right? So there's no Blizzard. There is Frost Nova Doomsayer, but none of these matter against that. I think +1/+1 is fine. It's kind of bad if he top decks the Volcanic Potion, but if he had Volcanic Potion, I'm pretty sure he would have played it that turn every time. I'll just trade off patches because I don't really care about patches. There was a lot of incentive to take the Divine Shields there, because that is technically what makes my board the stickiest, and since I have another Megasaur in hand, a sticky board is pretty important. But I think the +1/+1 is pretty sticky. I wonder what that hero power tells me. Meteor next turn, perhaps? Well, I just play Megasaur here, right? I have 13 on board, it lets me pop a lot of the time. That's actually not good enough, huh? If I take +1/+1, then he just meteors here, which is kind of bad, and he pops me. Can't really take stealth because I have to attack with everything this turn. Health is actually looking pretty good. Let me count this again. This is 8, 9, 10, 13. So +1/+1 is only 16. I think health makes the most sense here. Health makes a meteor really shitty. A blizzard would have still been pretty good. Alright, he's got Frost Nova, but there's no Doomsayer to go with it, so that's fine. Sea Giant is 5. I could Bluegill Sea Giant, but I don't really see much reason to do that. I could play Primal Fins here. If they let me discover a War Leader or a Bluegill, it lets me pop him even if he clears my board. But he's never clearing this board. Do I just play an 8/8? I feel like I don't really need another big thing on the board though. Just play a Lookout. Cold Light Seer. I don't really need the Seer though, because Flame Strike is already not good enough. I guess it's just the best Murloc here though. If I play another Lookout, I don't have any room on the board if he freezes me again. But I've seen one Frost Nova, if it's a Blizzard, he kills the 2 Lookouts. And it's not like I can exactly... pop him with 1 slot on the board anyway, so I don't think it really matters too much. Take the Cold Light Oracle. It's probably not actually going to draw him very many cards because he has so many in hand, he'll probably just overdraw. And drawing into specific cards like Bluegill and War Leader can help me out a lot here. He needs a freeze here pretty much. I don't think anything else is good enough. I mean, Ice Block is, you know, a pretty good card. I wonder if I even want to tap. Yeah, I guess I should. I mean, I'm at 30, right? And tapping just puts me closer to those specific Murlocs that help me pop him. Freeze number 3. Still can't pop him. The Mana Worm is good info, though. Tells me he's more Burn Mage slanted. Although it is a little bit weird that he's playing double Frost Nova Blizzard. He's some kind of like Freeze Mage, Burn Mage hybrid. Not really sure what useful information I get out of that. I mean, he's probably not playing like Acolyte or Cabal Courier, but that doesn't really matter to me all that much. I could play Bluegill plus Rockpool Hunter here to kill this thing, just to slow down his damage incoming. That is a little bit tempting, actually. I could still play a Sea Giant behind that if I wanted. This is like super questionable, because the Bluegill is my best from hand pop potential, but he's got to be out of freezes soon. I've seen 3, and 1 Primordial Glyph. That must be a freeze. This deck is so frustrating to play against.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Honestly though, I love playing Burn Mage, it's so fun. Just sucks being on the receiving end of it. Could have popped him with Bluegill here. He has 7 cards in hand, so Coldlight Seer does actually give him cards. And if I play it, I wouldn't have room on the board for Bluegill plus War Leader. Let's just play stats. That was like the worst positioning for that. Really should not have put that next to the Sea Giant. Maybe the Seer was bad there. Flamestrike actually clears me here. I don't think he has room for a Flamestrike in that deck though, with Mana Worms, double Frost Nova, and a Blizzard. Have to assume there are also Doomsires taking up those slots. I don't think he plays Flamestrike, and I've seen double Primordial Glyph. And even if he does have Flamestrike, he has to Hero Power, and he has to trade off both of his dudes. So I'm going down to 11 here. Yeah, I'm dead to Ice Block, Pyroblast, and of course other kinds of damage. Probably doesn't really matter too much what I trade with here. Probably don't want to damage this guy since he's blocking this Meteor, even though I really doubt he's playing Meteor. And we don't want to use this guy because he survives Flamestrike. Only 7 cards left in deck. I'm usually dead here, I think. Although, actually, Fireball Frostbolt's not good enough. That's fine. I mean, it's not fine, I lose, but, you know, other than that, it's fine. So I guess it's probably best to 2-shot this guy, so he goes up to 5, and then I can pop him at 1. Dead to Fireball, Fire Lens Portal, Pyroblast, Frostbolt combinations.
Just a piece of it.
Wow, Freeze Mage is a frustrating deck to play against.